Okay, so just making a quick video on lime washing. I got this bucket from Home Depot. The brand is Roma Bio, and it basically comes like a paste, like that, really thick. You pretty much have to just take it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Just scoop out like one of these containers and then another container of these of water. You know, just a little bucket of something, whatever. You know, just a small container, whatever you can find. Mix it up, mix it around with your hands, use gloves, and get it to a uniform consistency where it's not just water or paste. And then you just get a brush like this. You could use a smaller brush, but this is, I was able to get into all of the grooves and everything with this brush here. So I'm about to do another section here. So I'm going to show you basically, here's a before. Before, it looked like this, and you just have to pressure wash it, make sure there's all dirt and debris on it, and before you apply the lime wash to it, you have to wet it. So just hose it real quick with a hose, and then just start applying it. I'll show you that in a minute. This was my first section, which is kind of hidden, so it's like a test spot. So if you have a test spot to do, you do it here. So this here, I didn't wash off enough. You'll see this is what it looks like if you just apply it, and maybe I think we rubbed off a couple of sections maybe with the cloth, and I'm not really liking this, but that's my preference. If you like it, you can do the same. The wall I prefer the best is this one here. This one I'm considering done as far as my specifications. It's really like an artistic flair, really. You could just go on, and so what I did here, I let this sit for 2, 3, 4 days. You have up to 5 days, it says. You probably have a little bit longer, but you know, the more you let it sit, the harder any of it's going to come off. So I used a pressure washer, and I just hit certain bricks, you know, randomly, you know, just to make it look, give it like an old world feel. And I'm kind of happy with the results on this here. I think this is my final product. I'm going to leave it like that. The second wall I did came out like this. Don't really like the spots, how they came off, and there's probably not enough of them. I'm probably going to hit this. This one I hit with a hose, probably like 40 minutes after I applied, and I think the pressure washer works the best. So I'm going to go back and hit this with a pressure washer now, in a number of spots, and see if I could kind of duplicate the first wall that I had did. So let me get to that, and I'll get back to this video and show you the results. Okay, so I'll show you how I mix this. I just take this little container because I like to work in small sections, and I'll make sure that it's full. And probably for the small section that I'm about to do, I'll do 2 of these, and then 2 of these of water. So there's water coming in. All right, and then you just take it and massage it into the water, basically. Just mix it back and forth until you can really mix the paste into the water, and then it's just when it's got a smooth consistency, and you're ready to just dip your paintbrush in and paint. It's that simple. Okay, so this is what you're gonna need: a hose to wet down the surface area. Knee pad comes in handy sometimes. Definitely goggles, because I've heard things about if you get some lime in your eye, it could be not so fun an experience. So put some goggles on just to be precautious. And I use a pump spray just in case I get some of this paint or lime wash on some surfaces that I don't want, like the stairs or the concrete. I'll just wash it off real quick, and it's less invasive than using a hose. You can really spot treat the spot that you just dripped on, so it works out. So I'm just gonna just generously wet down the entire area. The bricks are porous; they'll soak that water in real quick. You might actually, if you have a larger section, have to reapply the water in order to get the Limewash to apply properly. So I actually want to get some rid of this dirt over here on the corners and the edges so it doesn't get my brush dirty. It's been a while since I pressure washed probably about a week or so I'm ready to go. So as you dip your brush in, your first application is going to want to run, so I would say spread it onto a number of different bricks first. Get the most off of your brush so that you don't splatter it all over the place, and then go in for the grooves. Once your brush is not so dry here, you want to just play around and just hit all the grooves. Do that. If you got bricks like this, then you're going to have to just get a little funny with it just to get into all these little crevices on the bricks. And even if, see, this is a large brush and we're still getting everything, so tedious. And then once you get it all covered, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I applied it to the wall. At first it looks translucent, but I can tell you that when it fully dries, there's only one coat on this right here. So it doesn't, that translucency goes away, and it just becomes a little bit more solid. Now, one method of washing away these spots to make it look rustic is using a hose. I don't like it though, to be honest with you, because I'm getting these splashes like this. So you just hit it like shots like that. You can do it, but you probably get too much wash away. I prefer to let it dry for a day and hit it with a pressure washer, like I'm going to do again on this wall here. So I'm going to show you in a little bit. Pay attention to what this looks like, how it looks when I hit it with the pressure washer. It's kind of like more, I don't know, subtle. You have more control because this is dried on, and you could sit there and actually do your artistry and create the things that you want. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Okay, so some tips also, if you have a pump spray, they came in pretty handy, because you could just, if you have stairs like this, a surface, wet them before so it doesn't stick, and then as stuff's going on them, this stuff really rinses off pretty well. You want to make sure that you don't have anything on your concrete or pavers or anything like that. So just go with the pump spray, which is nice and gentle, so you don't really disturb the wall, and just dilute it so that it doesn't really do anything. And it worked out pretty well. So yeah, good tip. Pump spray helped out a lot. Okay, so this is what I considered my finished product, and little tips from doing it. I think letting it dry and using a pressure washer. Now, the one I was using was 1700 psi. If you have one that's stronger, I would suggest maybe not going so close, because it's going to be more powerful. But literally, I mean, you could, it just gives it a more worn away over time look, because you could still see there's still some white end, but there's still some rubbed off. I mean, and that's what I'm really looking for. Corners gone. This is, very, if you hit it with water right after, you'll get, wash away completely, which in certain spots is good, but you don't want too much of that. So I recommend pressure washer. If you don't have a pressure washer, maybe a hose nozzle that has a fan spray that with good pressure, and you would maybe not wait as long as a day, for it to dry and set. So this is, every wall is going to be different. This was my first one over here, and I'm happy with the way it came out and the results. If you guys want to leave comments of what you prefer, what you think I might have should have done, that's fine. And just another little tip, I had let this wall here dry for like 2 weeks, and I was able to hit it with the pressure wash, and I like the way it looks much better than what it was before. So this is Limewash, one coat, and let it dry, and then do your your specific artistry about washing it away to give it a worn look so that it doesn't look like paint. Okay, so any questions, comments below, please subscribe and like. I would appreciate that, so this channel gets viewed by more people, and I hope this helped out for your next project. Take care. Peace.